So here we are. We've got a BMW in our garage. Yes, it is a BMW, but it's here for the purpose of testing Mercedes engine performance. So I want to have a vehicle I can put different Mercedes engines in and do very distinct upgrades to for testing purposes. For example, I want to put a 606 in it, put a pump on it, and test what that pump upgrade alone, no other modifications, will yield in terms of horsepower upgrades. So, of course, there's a ton of variables, so I'm going to be testing the most popular performance upgrades and put some real-world numbers to them. I mean, people have emailed me all the time, hey, how much horsepower can I get from this combination on my 617? Well, I don't know. If you go look in the forums, it's like fishing tales. Oh, I got 500 horsepower by adding a whole set HX30. Yeah, right. So I'm going to be able to tell you exactly what the gain was as soon as we get this car going. Now, in order to do effective testing, I need to get the car to a point where the drivetrain doesn't change. The only modifications to the vehicle will be that one specific thing that we are testing. So I got a limited slip I'm going to be putting in this, and I need to get it roadworthy. But really, we're going to do pretty much a build of this car before we even do any dyno testing with it. At least that's the goal for now. So in this series, what are you going to see out of a BMW? Well, not a whole lot as it relates to Mercedes. Yes, there's going to be multiple playlists on the dyno car on YouTube. One is specific to the car build itself. So the first step is going to be big item demo, ABS, wiring harness, basically a lot of stuff that's not needed. The headliner, the sunroof mechanism, stuff like that. All that's coming out. Back seat. There's not much of an interior in it, but they left the back seat for some reason, so that's coming out. And then we're going to move on to a roll cage. I want to cage it. I want to get those skills. So we're going to cage it. Once the cage is in it, things will progress pretty quick. Because then I can go ahead, I'll clean the bottom of the car, I'll rebuild the back end, I'll put the limited slip in it, I can move up to the steering, but I don't want to coat the bottom of the car if I'm going to be welding on it because it'll get too hot and of course the coating will come off. And then we're going to go ahead and do the body work and spray it down. Now each phase will have its own mini demo, right? I don't want to remove body parts and have them just laying around. I prefer to keep these on the car until I get to the paint and body stage, as an example, because I don't want to lose or break items. But the major components I know I don't need, they're out of here. So demo is actually going to be the first functional video in this series. I hope you stick it out. As I mentioned, along with the BMW build videos, I will have a dyno car video for each thing that I do to a specific engine. For example, the 617 is the first engine that will be going in this car, and I've already started some things, hooked up the Mercedes diesel 4x4 adapter, did the EGR delete, little things like that, but the engine's still not running. So when it gets to more complicated things, it'll have its own playlist as well. So I hope you join me on this little adventure. I look forward to it, and I look forward to getting real dyno numbers to these upgrades that people have been asking for. Thanks for watching.